What is up, guys? Welcome back to Wrench Avengers. In this video, I'll be showing how to easily replace upper and lower control arm bushings and the leaf spring bushings on a square body Chevy. This should work on your square body C10s, maybe other C10s, and possibly other vehicles as well. First thing you're going to want to do is get the control arms off the upper and lower if that's what you're replacing. If you don't know how to take those off, might look it up. If you can't figure that out, then you probably shouldn't be doing this project in the first place. Then you're going to want to get yourself a torch of some sort. I used propane, though if you have MAP or whatever, that could work too. Then all you're going to want to do is start heating up around that bushing on the metal shell until the rubber starts to kind of bubble up on the outside, kind of start to melt out a little bit. You may also need to heat up the shaft in the center to be able to get that to break loose, but then you should be able to just push out the bushing, just kind of like this. Nice. Then go ahead and repeat that on the other control arm. Just do your best to not catch the rubber on fire. If you do, just try to blow it out. Then once the rubber's all melted on the outside, go ahead and try to push the bushing out. You may have to do like we did, where we took the shaft and had to work it out, and it took the bushing with it, and then pushed the other bushing out separately. This method takes a small amount of effort, but it does take a little bit of time to get everything hot enough for the bushing to actually start melting. Now that we have the old bushings out, we can go ahead and clean that up and then push the new bushings back in. We just reused the old metal sleeves, though if you're going to replace those metal sleeves, now would be your time to do that. Now that the front is finished up, let's go ahead and move on to the rear leaf springs. Those bushings are done a little bit differently. On the leaf springs, we don't want to use heat. Heat's actually really bad for springs, so we don't use that at all. What we actually did was in the slot where the spring curls over itself, you have that slot in there, and we used a tool to cut the metal sleeve through there where that slot's at. You might be able to use a hacksaw, get the hacksaw blade in there in that slot, or perhaps use a sawzall in there with a long blade. What we did is use a tool for cutting spot welds. So after cutting the outer sleeve, we used the press to actually press out the inner sleeve, the inner metal sleeve that the bolt would go through. This may not be necessary, it just made the job easier for us. And then what we did is we folded in the outer metal sleeve just a little bit, so it gave us a little bit more meat to be able to hammer against. So we used an air hammer to hammer it out from there, though you could probably get away with just using a chisel and a hammer, or maybe just another regular punch and a hammer, but the air hammer really does make the job much easier. So thanks for watching this quick little video. Hopefully that helps you to be able to refurbish your current control arms as opposed to buying expensive replacement control arms. If you have any comments or questions, leave them down below. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you disliked it, give it a thumbs down. Consider subscribing, and we'll catch you in the next one.